Okay, guys, we got two homeless guys from Washington, D.C., no, Washington State. Somebody felt sorry for them, gave them a 1960 Airstream Sovereign and a couple of hundred XRP each. So they're waiting for the XRP and the RV. I'm just joking. Okay. Follow me on Rumble. Hit the pause button. All right. Go to QFS1776.com. Don't forget the t-shirts. You got to decorate yourself. Okay. And we need to, make $7.17 so we could buy a half a sushi roll. Correct. And don't forget Unified TV down below. Listen, when you go to Unified TV, we're not going to try and to social engineer you, okay, like Netflix. And if you want the monster to go away, stop paying the monster. It's simple, right? Also, don't forget the Telegram down below. If you want to learn how to buy all these assets, the gold and the silver, we got the best place in the world. They got $7 billion in sales in 33 years. They got a AAA rating on the Better Business Bureau. You can't find the complaint. And they got the cheapest price. Don't even bother looking. We got the cheapest prices. And we'll deliver you the gold and the silver directly to your doorstep if you're in the U.S. or Canada. If you're overseas, no problemo. You just call them and they'll figure out how to get the gold to you, even if you live in an igloo in North Pole, right? Okay. Also, if you need more than $10,000 worth of XRP or $100,000 worth of XRP or $1 million or $100 million worth of XRP, I'm the dude, I'm the guy that could get that to you. No bullshit. Okay. Guys, welcome to the show. I don't know. I guess we'll just have a conversation about all this crazy chaos that's going on. We haven't done one of these in a long time. Joe, welcome. Scott, welcome. I know Scott's last name is Stone. No relation to Oliver Stone. They're both Italian, by the way.
Yep. Yeah. My last name is Rosati. His last name is Stone. And we're up here in Washington State. And
we're all Italian.
Yeah, we're all Italian. And this is Scott's 1969 Airstream.
Yeah, those
which is 100% American made.
Yeah. Yeah. So what made you get one of these things? I'm curious.
Oh, I've been in love with them since I was a kid. There's just something about the aesthetic I just love. The original designers came from the aerospace industry, and they were building airplanes and whatnot. And they applied all their engineering skills to make a quantum leap in trailer design. They trail better than anything. They're made out of just exceptional quality. They don't make them like they used to, but they used to make them with beautiful mahogany like this one, and just beautiful features.
So have you restored it? Have you done any work to it since you got it? Okay.
I have. Yeah, completely. I did try and retain as much of, the original luster and whatnot that I could. And fortunately, I bought one that was in exceptional shape. So
let me guess, you got this when you were like living at home with your mom and dad and you were in high school and you needed a place to bring your girlfriend, at night?
It would have been convenient, but no, I haven't had it that long. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've even remembered that period of time, actually. But
cool.
Yeah.
You've had it about 4 or 5 years, I think.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. No,
nice.
I love it. I want 3 more, actually.
So this is like something that when you want to get away, boom, you're in the woods. How far are you removed from like a city?
Well, not that far, but the beauty of having your house on wheels is this time in history is pretty great.
Pretty damn cool. Absolutely. You just hitch that down the back of your pickup truck and you're gone.
Well, it's a diesel BMW, but yeah, it'll haul it.
Well, actually, I have a 73, and last year in the summer we went down to an event at Shasta. And it was with a bunch of great truthers out there. Brad Olson, Alex Collier, Michael Jaco, Nick Alvear, and mine's a 73. And I also have a BMW diesel because here's the deal. Scott has really good taste. He does a lot of research. And so I'm able to, do other things. And then he's like, hey, I've looked into this, and then I'll look a little more. I mean, I recently purchased a hybrid vehicle before I got my Airstream. I'm like, well, you can't tow shit with that. So I ended up, at least I got a different color. I got a BMW diesel as well, but we towed it down there, went to this event. Rob Potter puts it on every year. It's a event in, I think, August or September, and we shot my music video, Freedom Now, and Nick Alvear actually was in the Airstream and shot it, and now we're going to be seeing him next weekend at the Truth Tour down in LA. So these Airstreams have been a big part of our lives, and we're stoked to have them. And they're, you know, how many thousand rivets are in each one?
4,000 rivets.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they're awesome. They're built really well.
It's a really good time to not have a mortgage or any debt too. Right?
Yeah.
To put that money into XRP.
Well, that's why I always I'm fascinated with the ocean. I always wanted to have like a big catamaran or a big trimaran. You know, the beautiful thing is that if you get a neighbor that you don't like, you just, you know, start the engines and you move, right? You leave. No big deal. There's a lot.
I'm having pontoons made. I'm having pontoons made for this thing right now.
Well, I'll tell you, you know, one thing that would look really nice right next to that is my dune buggy.
Yeah, there you go.
You know what I mean?
There you go.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So guys, man, we got so many moving parts in this new world order. It's unbelievable. I mean, the banks in Australia, the Federal Reserve Bank of Australia is done. You heard about this 2 days ago? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just so many things, you know, indications. I just had a lady today, Melanie Hines, Hinds. That's her channel on YouTube, Melanie Hines, and she had $100,000 debt forgiveness. I had a lady from Washington, D.C. She had an $87,000 debt forgiveness. I had Urain on, which I'm going to have him on again. He went and purchased a house in the Amish country of Ohio. He puts $35,000 down on the house. He goes to make his first payment, and his mortgage says is paid in full. He goes to the mailbox 3 days later. He gets a deed to the house. He's still not convinced. He finds out that the mortgage was sold to another bank, so he goes to that website from that bank, and that also said paid in full. Then that one sold it to somebody else, and he's like 4 different banks have bought his mortgage, and every website he goes to, it's paid in full. I had an administrator in my Telegram group, which is down below. If you guys want to understand how to charter these waters, you better join fast because the walls are closing in. Okay, and I will tell you that this gentleman got a letter from the bank, said, we're willing to pay you back $8.91 for every dollar of interest you paid us on the house. And the house is paid off. So don't tell me, please, 107, that ain't happening. All right? If you come on my show, you better be wearing some fireproof boots because I'm going to set those sons of bitches on fire. You know?
Well, I got to say, it's interesting to hear. Like, you know, there's Phil Godleski is talking about one aspect of things happening, and then Juan's talking about another, and you know, obviously they both can't be right. So someone has to be, and you know, I think Juan holds back a little bit. He doesn't really fully divulge what's going on, and maybe that's part of the role that he plays. And people give Phil a lot of shit, but I think the guy has a lot of great intel. Well, then you see, you know, I listened to I hooked up Nicholas Vignon with getting Gene Decode and also Gene Ho on his show. But let's go back to Gene Decode for a second. Gene Decode has a perspective of what's going on as far as the great event or the the solar flash. And he says it's going to be kind of based on the person and based on where they are and their energies and their frequencies. And then you got Ishmael Perez saying there's going to be, you know, there's been a lot of slow events happening and that there's going to be one grand event. So I think what's challenging for all of us is hearing these, you know, people that are high up, if you will, in the truther movement, and they have, and I respect all of them, you know, in what they do, but it's conflicting information. And so I'm not sure what advice I'm trying to give, but it's very challenging to navigate it when you have, you know, 2 folks in each that are upper tier that are conflicting in their information. How has that been for you guys to navigate them? It's a little challenging at times.
It has everything to do with frequency, and as far as what I've been getting, or my take on it is, we're going to see a dimensional bifurcation. And you've heard of 3D, 5D. I mean, you know, your audience is probably very well acquainted with this. And I think there's going to be an opportunity for those that aren't ready or willing or whatnot to move into a multi-dimensional reality, that 3D will be available to them, but it doesn't sound like it's going to be very pleasant. So
No. Yeah, the problem, guys, is this. The problem is these normies, they're chicken brains, and they live inside a little box that they've created for themselves. And they're three-dimensional. And you know, one of us can go up to them and show them some stuff that's interesting, and they'll come out of the box for a little bit, but immediately they feel so uncomfortable that they go right back into the box, because that's where it's comfortable for them. They don't want to use any horsepower, brain power, or whatever it is you want to call it, to evolve, you know. And we're in the biggest evolution of money. We're in the biggest transfer of wealth. We're in the biggest transfer of technology that is going to literally catapult us right now, just with Dr. Michael Sandra Rosa's technology alone. We're talking conservatively. Now, we don't have a time capsule. We can go, 300-400 years into the future, but I'm willing to bet, based on what I know, and I'm a pretty sharp cookie, okay, that this technology is the technology that if med beds never came onto the scene, we're going to see people living way past 300 years old. It's here now, and it's working.
Yeah.
It's interesting, though. There was a report, throughout my lifetime, the life expectancy has always increased, and the projections, I remember when I was, I think in high school, the projections for my generation were around 140, which was really reassuring when I hit 40 and I hadn't even come close to the goals that I had for myself. But this year, what they're saying is that the life expectancy has gone down significantly. Now it's around 80 years old. Now, where is it coming from?